Well, we'll take a look at it, when it gets down here. So I'd say, as long as all the fluids are topped off, it's good to go. So, um, okay, all right. I will let her know because her schedule is going to get busy, so that might actually work out more to her favor. So I'll let her know how that goes. Okay, sounds good. How much does she need to bring you? How much does she need to bring you? Okay, all right. She will be there. She's totally going to hook you up with any house cleaning that you need and some car detailing because she really appreciates you going out of your way for her. So, yeah. Well, still, she's that kind of a person. She'll make it right. So, thank you so much, Doug. I'm right in the middle of a meeting, so I'm going to let you go. Okay, cool. I think that what the guy wanted was the upper half, so I'll get back with them and I'll get back with them and see if we can't make a sale. All right, thanks, Doug. Bye. Sorry, John.
That's fine.
Business call. Yeah, the early '80s were really just sort of leftover of the '70s. It was still a lot of fun. So at least that's my memory. I was riding high like 1980, 81, even 82. They're doing pretty good. Shit, I was making $12 an hour in construction back then. That was just mind-bogglingly good money, and I wasted it. Completely.
You did?
I didn't do anything constructive. I look back on that, I was like, I'd have a hard time wasting $12 an hour now. Not that I could get $12 an hour.
You know what? I think you're right about the 20. That's the time you should be doing that kind of shit.
Yeah.
See, I like kind of, when you're in your 30s, different story.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
But your 20s, you say, hey, I went down to Tijuana, I got wasted and rode on a motorcycle for 3 weeks. Someone's, yeah, okay, man. Or join the Navy, whatever it is.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
But you're still doing that stuff in your mid 30s. That's not.
Yeah.
You think we do that in our society?
I think it's definitely part of the journey, shall we say? No, I agree with you.
Well, like the UBI, and people could get in the host rooms, but it doesn't say that that this is going to be a secure way to your, to what you really want to do. It's like a easement for you on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I think in some ways people are going to try to get better themselves, way better themselves.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt about it. I think there'll be we will blossom in ways that we can only imagine. Small businesses will definitely take off left and right, and they're the ones that employ like the most. I think 70% of new jobs are created by small businesses, and I have no doubt that there's this pent up intellectual ability that's not had a chance to reveal itself. I think that'll happen. Definitely a lot of debt will get paid off. The banks won't be nearly as powerful. I saw a very telling statistic. The woman demonstrator that got shot in the January 6th event. There was one woman. She was an ex-Air Force. Her business was in deep trouble because of the COVID thing. She had taken out a loan that she was paying 169% interest on. She voted for Obama in 12 and just felt like the whole system had gone sour on her, and she was never going to get out of a 169% loan, which you won't. There's no way. But, she put all her money into the small business and was fucked. And it had to be someone else's fault. Yeah, predatory lending is definitely wrong.
I don't know if I've ever heard that kind of figure on anybody on a loan ever. And it's like that.
Well, it's not allowed in places like Colorado, but in California it is. Every state has different restrictions.
Oh, so it's not okay. National.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, it might be a national company that did it. I don't know. I mean, obviously she was a lending risk, and that's why she had to go to Dino at the end of the block. Except He's actually legit, in a building.
What kind of road is she?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I'm like you. I just am really foolishly. I don't like that one guy that one actor said. He goes, yeah, my friend spent millions on women, wine, and song. He goes, the rest I spent foolish. No,
The
horse
rest I
racing.
just wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, when you were young, if you want to do that, it's a great time to do it.
That is that time to do it.
But our society, even with the UBI, there's gonna be certain expectations from people. I think, as a society, that's gonna be harsh. But people still like that. They have the freedom now to be able to do all kinds of stuff. Expectations versus want to do, right? I don't know how it's gonna be.
Well, Andrew Yang's running for mayor of New York, and he said that he'll institute it into New York. So he's already got a plan going, and they think he's got a better than a fair chance of winning. So it'll be interesting because New York's a mess, but New York is a mess because of the inequity. So it's not that it doesn't exist; it's just all it exists at the top of the pyramid. That's what you have to knock down. Instead of having the pyramid look like this, flatten it. Where you can still have plenty of wealthy people, but you just can't have the obscenely wealthy people.
Well, that's one of the reasons that all these rumors of stories about the rumors about the kids are being shipped in back and forth. I'm thinking, I don't doubt. People think, you hear what happened? I'm like, I'm pretty blasé about the whole thing. When people are wealthy and going like this, going, yeah. I mean, there's someone writing, have you ever heard of Jack and the Beanstalk? Yeah, I've heard of it. Same thing with this kind of thing going back and forth. Going, and then Americans are really amazing with it because they get upset when that kind of news comes out. At the same time, they're going, whatever, how much money you want to forward, it's your business. You get that really kind of double-minded thing going on.
Total double standard. Total. Yeah.
At all times, don't you think?
At all times. So. And that's in a way that the Russians could never understand.
Ever.
Never understand. That is just as fucking alien as, kvass and borscht is to us.
I've eaten borscht.
You do.
Made it. I do like cabbage, but I had to really slice. I made some the other day. Put some Rick Simpson oil, a couple of slices of that little bit of butter that he gave me.
Oh, cool.
And I threw some of the weed that Dale gave me. I had it in the bag, so I was gonna cook it for like 25 minutes. Put some in there. The first batch, man, I was couple hours there, but it's a good way of cooking. I was going to tell you my thing about eating out restaurants. Even if I would like to, I wouldn't. Not because of the coronavirus, it's because it's the thrill of making it yourself, man.
Oh, there's a fantastic satisfaction in making.
Because you can do it's all your thing.
All you, absolutely.
That's one of the things about people like UBI. They will be cooking at home.
Of course they will. Of course they will. Absolutely, because they can afford to. Fast food exists because it's a necessary convenience. That's why, because people are so harried, they're so busy, they don't have time to even, to dedicate 20 minutes into preparing a meal. So you go through the drive-thru and you get some crap, and you know that it's crap, and you're making yourself sicker and sicker and sicker every day. And then it becomes basically a social phenomenon of getting together to eat out, to remain sick. Because that's the lowest quality fucking food that you can possibly find in a restaurant, without a doubt, with few exceptions. I mean, unless you're really, really spending money on it, or like Nirvana in Canyon City, I do feel like they made an extra effort to have good, quality there. But I can't really speak to that for any other restaurant in town. I mean, as much as I like Chris, that's the cheapest shit she can find, at Costco. She goes to Costco because her credit's screwed up with all the food delivery companies, U.S. Foods and all of them. They won't deliver to her. So
They won't.
She owes them money.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, from way back.
Oh.
She almost went under when she took the place over. That was a terrible struggle. I'm glad to see she's still open. I guess it's just her and her granddaughters are doing it, or that's good. Glad she's able to stay open.
Well, her granddaughter is really into it. Desiree.
Good.
she's like pushing buttons back there to keep it going.
Good.
And the other daughter's kind of like, the one you get the book to, that one.
Yeah.
Desiree's a little more intuitive about the business.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been hearing.
That's okay. I mean, retail isn't for everybody. How's Daniel holding up? Is he doing well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing okay.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I saw him walking the other day with someone, and I yelled and waved, and he waved back. It was good to see him.
His daughter was in town.
Oh, that might have been who he was with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tells me her name. He keeps using the phrase "my daughter." Like someone tell me my girlfriend. They say Clarissa. Sometimes I'm thinking like I have a woodpecker tapping my head. Okay, which one are you going to use? Is she your girlfriend?
You better be careful, John.
I know people they get excited to tell me that kind of stuff. That's forgivable. But some of the conversation is going. I keep using two different. Of course, probably do it all the time. Two different references to the same thing. I'm thinking, and mine starts going. Is that left or right? But no, she's doing okay, and I guess. But Daniel, he keeps up on the news. Seems to be doing okay. I hope he's doing okay. And so I don't know, ever knowing about whether they're doing okay. I've always had a feeling of kind of a little bit of sadness around the guy.
Oh, for sure.
I've known him for years now. I never. I don't know if I.
No, I know what you mean. It's like, yeah, Daniel's the kind of guy you can know him, but you don't really know of. You know of him, but you don't know about him.
Yeah.
He doesn't really let you in.
No. I think what that was. I think about the whole thing about feeling like he missed out on his youth.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
He bought a lie early and didn't get away from it until late, and then, like the I Ching says, formation of societies and those that arrive too late. And once you arrive too late, there is no way you can be within that society, but you'll never be of that society. That's an integration that just happens, at a certain time in a certain way for, factors and forces that are very difficult to understand, like the revolution right here. You come along 10 years later in Russia, can you fully grasp what they're up against in the way that it evolved? I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's already moved on. It happens quickly.
Yeah, the whole idea, getting back to Trotsky, I did myself. Trotsky, but before you were really interrupted by 14 digressions. When do you know that what your importance in, like in 1941 in Mexico feeding the rabbits? When do you know your importance is diminished, or you're still there, but you feel the revolution is going in a different direction, or when you know you've maybe support the wrong thing? No, not the wrong thing, the right thing in a wrong way. Whatever it is, you can come to your not your senses, but the realization going, oh man. And of course, you can always kick yourself, unless you're really full of hubris, like maybe Jesus never asked for forgiveness for anything he did when he was younger. But everybody else on the planet always says, I should have done that better, right? Maybe Stalin maybe he didn't have that kind of, I don't know if he did or not. But I just want to know, where's a point there where you kind of go, okay, I try something different, or this is not really, I don't know how to explain that, reading this.
No, I know what you're saying, and it is. It's almost like a zeitgeist, kind of feeling that happens in there. I agree with you. It's tough to say, when relevancy and irrelevancy meet each other. Betty White's still relevant, and she's 99 years old. She is still a funny lady. She is someone that you can put up on the screen or the stage, and she carries the way.
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber, he became irrelevant about 20 minutes after his pubic hair came in. It is a total mystery. There's an intangible element to it. There's no doubt about it.
That's right about Betty White, because She was on Saturday Night Live a couple years. She made me laugh.
Oh yeah.
She's funny. She
Great.
go, you go, this is going. It's like Tina Fey came by as a census taker. And she's like going, well, no, of course not. So she is still relevant, yeah. I mean, but you're right. Things just keep fading away, right? And some people, well, there's a few people that keep coming back here and there once in a while, but yeah, the relevancy, that's an interesting question.
And Trotsky, I think, is pretty much, once he is expatriated, his relevancy, is probably, relegated to the dusty tomes within libraries. Not really part of the Russian experience anymore. That's you have to be part of it to be of it. And once you expatriate, you're just not. And he does not directly mention it, but he is very careful to say this person was living, outside of outside of Russia, then comes back, and what does that really, have to say in terms of even their right to leave? Lenin's legitimacy, no doubt, was always in question, because of the German issue. Absolutely. If he hadn't died, as young at the time that he did, it would have been interesting to see whether his mandate would have continued or not. I don't think Lenin ever really got a fair shake because of the Civil War.
Not to be sarcastic, but as he was recovering in a loft in Finland.
Yeah. Right.
Twice he mentions that.
Twice he mentions that.
Or was it 3? What do you think? What do you think we get from Lenin reading Trotsky? What do you get a viewpoint of him?
Not a whole lot yet. So I'm sure that's to come.
But you're right. If Lenin had lived, because he, even remotely idea using capitalism.
Yeah.
And that idea from him, from Trotsky saying about Lenin. I don't know how real ardent communists would have taken that. I don't know if there would be that much. That's the problem I think with isms and whatisms and everything else, and bagism, as John would say, is that how far do you carry that torch of that originality, even though it makes no sense in the practical world whatsoever? Man, how far?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even like people talk about 100% capitalistic. I'm thinking, well, we had that for America. That people don't realize that had what Teddy Roosevelt had to step in.
And far before that, Cumberland Gap Road.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about
really where it ended.
We're talking about the whole thing with
the first time
came
around,
yeah.
absolutely,
yeah.
I mean, the progressive era, absolutely, and it was horrendous. You had kids in sweatshops, pulling 12, 14-hour days, 7 days a week.
Never saw the sunlight, I bet, right?
Never saw the sunlight. I mean, just wretched conditions, indentured servitude, like make Oliver Twist, look benign, compared to what we had going on. The garment tenement fires. I mean, my gosh, they locked those people in the buildings, because they didn't want to deal with basically the people anymore. It's like, well, if the building goes up, the people might as well go up with it. Fuck it. It's just really, really obscene. Absolutely obscene.
It's one of those things where you look at my life or your life, and you get some bad things happen. I'm thinking, no, John.
No.
I mean, you go to my house, yeah, you don't have any red onions for your popcorn. No Himalayan salt, Mr. Erickson.
That's right. The concierge will come by and take care of your needs immediately. Thank you.
I gotta order some more off Amazon. I mean, people don't realize that the thing. That's what I was trying to tell somebody about that. I know you and I were discussing it. You try to discuss with anybody online, wherever it is, about the northern treatment of the black people that came up. Oh man, they got away from the Southerners. I'm going, Yeah, the Southerners got a lot to ask for. Mike, I got something to say. Next time someone gets on a rant about the Southerners and how they wouldn't give up their, what do you call them? Not their individually, but whatever it was, the slavery and everything else. I'm saying, well, who created them? Who created them? Let's go back. Let's take some pages back in history that the guy did. I think Sir Walter Raleigh and the tobacco, and you got. Because people always talk about the end result. Why don't we look about what caused the end result? Do you think people do that very often, unless they have to in their life or in just say?
No, I don't.
As a country, do we look back
No,
and go?
I think you look back as far as you need to find someone to blame. Yeah, that's where it stops. Yeah, that's the sad truth.
Blame slavery on the founding fathers because they didn't do it.
Yeah, that's right.
But my question is about this thing about him is the excitement of it. I've been excited about a lot of things in my life. It's hard to believe because someone say you got excited by things. I go, oh yeah, once. But cycling, whatever, because it runs its course, and once it does that, it's almost like I wonder how that happens in like in political or philosophical rounds where people.
It must, yeah. Excitement is a combination of uncertainty, and newness. And as soon as one of those two conditions evaporate, and then the excitement usually wanes with it. To have that. There's certain events that can provide and project that every single time. That you can do repeatedly, and you can be excited about it because there's going to be uncertainty and newness to it. I think that's one of the reasons that the pop-up restaurant experience does so well. It's unknown. What are they going to be serving? Mayonnaise with popcorn or something like that. It's new, so it's exciting. In Japan, believe me, they would do it.
I've seen the restaurants.
Oh yeah, there'd be
videos.
12,000 people with masks on, lined up, to go have mayonnaise and popcorn. So that's popcorn sprinkled on top of the mayonnaise, mind you, not the other way around. But yeah, excitement. It's as you get older, of course. For most people, the excitement does, I think, drop off, somewhat. So, also, your willingness to risk take drops off, and it should. You're not as resilient as you used to be as you get older. So.
Well, the thing about the depends on what risk statement. Risk statement. Or you coming down?
John Erickson, well on his way to a bong hit penalty.
See the drone flying over. Like the risk going hiking, for example. A couple of years ago when I sprained my foot, it was a blessing because I'm now more careful.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't. I like walking around the area. I know,
Sure.
For the occasional dog that comes out, which the other day I saw that one guy pulling over across from the church over there for the first time since the beginning of the
Wow.
March. I've seen the same car parked there almost every time I go up there. But the one time again, I was really kind of doing this for a long time. Walking down, I passed with a motorcycle. It was I'm gonna stop him soon. The motorcycle's out there. I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah.
Basically, get some information about what's going on. I don't know why. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm curious too, and it seems like it's going to be a massive undertaking.
Did you see? Wow, man! Because I used to think if that John.
That's acres. Yeah.
Here goes your humble, quiet.
Yeah, your fun little field, full of old rusty pipes.
There was one that I almost fell in the drainage ditch. I did one time. Put my leg up to here because there's like a drainage ditch right here. I forgot it was right there.
Oh wow.
The one time there's a hole over here. My leg put the hole. I said, John, put my leg let's see, my leg put in the hole. Thinking, okay, John, put my leg in the hole. I was going to tell you about something walking. I got off track again. I've done it so often. So what is it now? I don't know. But I was going to tell you about something. I use that as an example of that road for some reason.
Oh, the excitement.
Well, it's the excitement,
Yeah.
I think this town, to me, people can see how well, of course, taxes have gone up a little bit, but also for the this high school, it's always a
Yeah.
big.
I just got my tax notice. My house in town went up $102. You know, not terrible, but there'll be more of it, I'm sure. So,
What's going to eventually happen? You think with that?
it's a good question, John. You know, a year ago, I felt pretty confident that I would know the trajectory of what happened in this area, but the pandemic has changed everything in ways that I could have never imagined. So I still see good things for the county. We may be getting more neighbors. You know, Florence might be like choice three. You know, for people that want to move into Colorado. It's like, okay, I can't afford that. There's no place to live there. Well, what about that place? Well, okay. That's okay. I mean, they're still wanting to come here. You know, they're not being forced to come here. So.
Well, I'm not really worried about you. I'm Willy Wonka life. People ask me today, "Where's your hat, John? Where's my hat, John? Where's my hat, John?" Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's your own little thing, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you put on the hat for? Hey, you want one? I'll give you my hat.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm worried about here. Is let's get discovered so much is if the taxes are going to go up, because I don't know how far to go.
Well, that's why I recommend it to you. Have a good savings account, John, and always maintain that. You know, that's your buffer. That's your shield against any craziness that comes your way.
Okay.
So I think as long as you maintain that, you'll be just fine. So that and maintaining help. You know, the keeping Ari around, I think, is very important for all of us. So she's a really good person. She likes to help. She likes to clean. She likes to be a part of our community. We're lucky to have her. You know, so she's very, very grateful, by the way, for the eyeglass help.
Oh, by the way, I have the money.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Just set it underneath the glass there, and I'll collect it later. Yeah, she's going to Rocky Mountain tomorrow. I said it'd be okay if she dropped your name.
Yeah.
So.
Of course, my doctor retired last year.
Oh, really?
Yvonne Morrissey.
Oh, wow.
She was. Yeah. I like that place. It doesn't. The other place I went to was up by Burger King, off the one.
Claflin?
Claflin, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of, I don't know.
They wouldn't. I had to buy my own glasses.
Yeah, they're kind of, they're not good with the VA crap. Makara was with Claflin, and the same thing. They wanted to hit her up with a bunch of fees, so she's used Rocky Mountain. Then she went to Skyline recently. She's pretty happy with Skyline. But I like Rocky Mountain because she said, "Look, I'm paying cash, and I'm not the richest person." I said, "Oh, we'll work with you. We'll find something within your budget." So, and they said that over the phone, and I thought that was a nice approach, and she felt comfortable with it. So, it's such a life changer when your eyes are when your eyes are deteriorating rapidly. The contact helps maintain the shape of the eye, so it'll keep her from having to constantly end up with glasses that. Because I noticed she was doing this all the time. Like, can you see? Can't hardly see. And then she used to be an avid reader. We used to talk about books all the time. I was like, hey, have you read anything? No, I haven't read anything in like 8 months. I'm like, why? She's like, I can't see. I'm like, okay, bullshit. This ends. We're gonna help you out. So, plus, she's gonna look a lot more attractive with just the contacts. She has a very it's one of her assets and her strengths, so why not use it? Why not have that available? I'm really hoping Lisa gives her a chance at the bank. I'm really hoping. Yeah. I think she'll do well there. Very meticulous. But yeah, keeping someone like Ari around is, I think, important to help us ease into old age, John. Because it really just comes down to help and money is all it comes down to. Of course, if you have the help and you have the money, then you can maintain your mental health and you're still enjoying life. You still want to be here.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the bullshit.
Well, that's one of the things is, when people have been told, don't you ever get sad living by yourself? We go, yeah. that's my mental health guarantee right there. Because I don't blame men or women or two women or two men, but I don't know, man. There's one thing in life I've never tried it. I thought I just don't have the because everything going. You live growing up, you're not a real man until you find somebody type of thing. The movies that we grew up with, I love them. Take a look at that. That's one of the sources of just being around it my whole life. Is I feel I go home. Yeah, Alice can be a pain in the ass, good, woman. But she wants to be attention, but not every fucking time. Now it's only I'm working on some spaghetti, love. But anyway, she's, but that's the closest I've ever had it. Yeah, even like I don't like anything touching me or
Yeah.
But when someone says to me, in life, I said, I have friends all over the place. I don't need anybody be extra distance. That's not for everybody. That's the thing about the world. Bugs the shit out of me. Got licensing for guns, take a 21 grace period. But this thing here with the marriage certificate or getting a car, you get right then, can't you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's one of the greatest things. It'll be 10 years in October that, or September, they give up driving.
Uh-huh.
And I said, John, you probably should have never been driving because of your personality. Probably a lot better if you just. The thing is, if you had a light rail system here,
oh, it'd be
I
beautiful.
would a slider. It would be great, man. You go back and forth. You can drop your bike off.
It'd be beautiful. I was actually all excited that Mustang was stopping in Penrose because this is right before the fucking pandemic broke out. I wanted to go take a bus ride with you. We could just ride through western Colorado. I thought that would have been a lot of fun, So, and hopefully once this calms down, I'd still like to do it. 'Cause I think that'd just be a blast. And driving now is not driving like it used to be. Now people are moving much faster. The vehicles are a lot more powerful. The distracted driving is absolutely endemic. People texting and driving. I still have to do it, but let me tell you, I pay a lot more attention behind the wheel. Like I used to always listen to music and drive, not anymore. Now it's like I'm 100% focused on the road.
I bet. I went on biking when I went. I have two bikes left. One's electric. I want to go to Cayenne, but I'm not.
That's smart. If you have an emergency situation, I think it's really smart that you keep that.
But I don't have an interest in riding around like I used to because I going to 115 to Penrose. Last time I did it, I thought, John, this is in 1998 or it's 2000. Like all the, and also remember 115. That's a. I don't understand that, but
yeah. I
don't have it in me beyond the traffic. I don't have it in me to drive a bike anymore because I'll keep like this emergency situation. I got enough money in the bank right now. I got well over 20,000.
Good.
And I